Everybody talks about motivation, but motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. David Goggins understood something most people never realize. If you rely on motivation, you will quit the moment it disappears, and motivation always disappears when things get painful. David wasn't always strong. He was insecure, overweight, and full of doubt. He grew up in chaos and carried that pain into adulthood. For years, he blamed his past. He blamed his environment. He blamed other people. But one day he realized a brutal truth. Blaming doesn't build strength. That realization hurt, but it also freed him. He decided to stop being a victim of his story and become the author of it. When he looked in the mirror, he didn't see potential. He saw excuses. And instead of ignoring them, he attacked them. He began doing things he hated, running long distances, training when exhausted, studying when tired, waking up before sunrise. He built discipline, not desire. See, most people wait until they feel ready. Goggins trained himself to act even when he felt broken. That's the difference. Pain became his training partner. He says suffering is the shortcut to growth, because when you suffer voluntarily, you build calluses on your mind. Just like lifting weights tears muscle to rebuild stronger, hardship tears your comfort zone and rebuilds your identity. There were days his body shut down, stress fractures, extreme exhaustion, bleeding hands during pull-up challenges. But instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he asked, "What is this teaching me?" That mindset shift changes everything. Life doesn't get easier, you get tougher. Most people live far below their capability because they negotiate with discomfort. The alarm rings, they negotiate. The workout hurts, they negotiate. The work gets boring, they negotiate. But negotiation builds weakness. Goggins removed negotiation from his life. When it was time to work, he worked. When it was time to push, he pushed. No discussion. He often talks about taking souls, not in a violent way, but in competition. When everyone else is tired, that's when you accelerate. When others slow down, you go harder. That's how you separate yourself. But the biggest battle wasn't against other people. It was against himself. The voice inside your head is your greatest enemy. It tells you to stop. It tells you you're not good enough. It tells you to stay comfortable. Goggins trained himself to talk back to that voice. Instead of saying, "I can't," he said, "Watch me." Instead of saying, "Oh, this hurts," he said, "Good." Because pain is information. Pain shows you where growth lives. Imagine if you stopped running from hard things. Imagine if you leaned into them. What would change in your life? The body you want, the discipline you admire, the respect you crave. It all sits on the other side of discomfort. You don't need a new plan. You need a stronger mind. David Goggins proves that you don't have to be talented. You don't have to be lucky. You just have to be relentless. And relentlessness is built one hard decision at a time. Wake up early when you don't want to. Finish the workout when it burns. Study when you're bored. Work when you're tired. Keep promises to yourself, because every time you quit, you weaken your identity. And every time you push through, you strengthen it. At the end of your life, the scariest thing won't be failure. It will be unused potential. Goggins refused to die average. The question is, will you? When you feel like quitting, remember this. Growth begins where comfort ends. Your limits are not physical, they are mental, and your mind can be trained.